Dave Kahn and Dave Ward are making music to read by, and you can see and hear them perform that music on Saturday, November 8th at the recently reopened Point Chev Library. Here are Dave and Dave to tell us why this reopening is so important.
Well, it's important because the library was shut for how many? 3 years, 4 years? The library was shut and became essentially derelict. And I don't know if you remember, but four or 5 years ago, there was it shut, and there was a bit of a campaign around keeping it,
Right?
because it's like the only public facility maybe in Point Chev, and it got sort of kept, except not open. It was just a building, and that whole area became not somewhere you'd necessarily want to go, but it's the centre of Point Chev, which is our neighbourhood.
Gotcha.
And so there was Albert and Eden Community Arts Funding initiative, which was actually the end of last year. They were asking for local artists that could help activate the community in any kind of way. You could. It was pretty open what you proposed, and Dave and I proposed we would add some of our music to the reopening of the library when it reopens, and now it is reopening.
And that's going to happen on November 8th, is it?
That's right. It's the public opening, of a new lighting space for Point Chev.
So you guys have put together music to read by, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've got together and written and conceived some original music for a concert in the space. I guess we've been composing for the idea of like the title says, music to read by. So imagining people reading or using that library space, and I guess it's quite an ambient, minimalist pieces of music that sort of develop over quite a long time, with interlocking melodies between me and Dave, and it's a little bit different than some other collaborations that Dave and I have done, but it sort of draws on a few of them.
Okay. And what kind of things have you done previously, so we know where you're coming from?
Together we played in the Broadsides. We played with Tabby Nielsen very long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And then we had the Broadsides, and then we had the Wheel of Experience, the theatre show.
Yeah, so
Ruckus.
Oh yeah, Shindig with the
No, I don't play in Ruckus.
No,
That's just your band. Yeah. Sorry.
He'd like
Ruckus
to.
is also
You should
very good.
play in that.
I should. Yeah. That was just.
Congratulations, you've just joined the band.
Yeah, honorary member. So we really we took out that show Wheel of Experience around the country for a month.
Right.
That was a show that we wrote. Peter Adobo and I wrote the music, and Dave really collaborated on sort of fleshing it out and making it wonderful. And so we went all from Kaitaia down to Stewart Island, and did about 30 shows, and since it's been in some theatres and stuff. So that's a really strong sort of project that we did together. And so occasionally we sort of for a festival or something like that, crops up again. And then probably one of the things we've done more recently is the Shindig, which is like a folk blues thing. I play banjo and sing, and Dave plays fiddle and mandolin, and we've got this wonderful double bass player, Eamon Emerson Wells.
Right.
So we played at the Folk Festival and the Bluegrass Festival and things like that. So this is quite different from that, but we get into some spaces in that we're kind of like connected with what we're doing. Yeah.
Now, from what I read about this, the music is somewhat inspired by specific books that you guys have read. Is that true?
No.
No, that's why I have to ask, because I can't believe everything you read.
It's inspired by books that you've read.
Oh, it's inspired by books that I've read. Okay, what books might those be?
The idea, it's sort of trying to be a soundtrack to your reading.
Gotcha.
That can potentially enhance your experience of reading, but then also within it, say a library where we are doing it, assuming everyone is reading something different. Someone's halfway through a science textbook and someone else is just starting a Harry Potter book, and that's all happening at the same time.
Right.
So it's quite an esoteric kind of challenge, but to make a soundtrack that works for all of them, it's inspired by that, which is sort of something that's isn't you can't define, but
I guess we're not really sort of trying to push anyone into a particular experience, but at the same time, we're not really, we're not completely wanting to kind of fade into the wallpaper and just be sort of background. So yeah, it's anytime I guess when we're sort of working on these pieces, we're imagining somebody being able to be in that space, potentially
Right.
sort of reading and create a soundtrack for that.
Gotcha. Are you guys big readers yourself, or are you
yeah.
too busy making music?
No, we read a lot. And another thing actually that we missed the other day that I kind
Yes.
of like the idea of is that it also, because it's a library, it's also conducive to finding a book or finding what you're looking for.
Ah, okay.
Go in cold, just looking for something, or you're looking for something specific. Maybe you can enjoy that more. I don't really know how you enhance that, but perhaps it could. Because library's not all about just reading.
It's like a community space, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sure.
And I guess just the fact that I guess in a concert hall you will have quiet and sort of attention. Like a library is quite a sort of a serene kind of quiet space.
Yep.
Where people really and in their imaginations and in their minds and in the stories. So in a way, it's kind of it's a blank slate for creating sound in.
Alrighty. Okay. And so it's a 1 hour ambient piece, is that correct?
it's lasts an hour, but there's movements.
Okay,
It's sort of 12, 13 minutes.
right.
Um, and then there's a breathe, and then there's another 12, 13 minutes kind of thing. Yeah. I think of it as like classical movements of the same thing. I don't know what Dave thinks of it as.
I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
That's good to
We've got the same name.
Yeah. I mean, because it's just a new project and I've never really performed in that kind of space before. Don't really know exactly how people will take it. Like with
Right.
the last show that we did, we imagined how people would respond to, say, their Wheel of Experience, where people would come in and spin a wheel and they'd be in this little theater space that we devised, and we imagined how people would react, but then the way that what people bring and how they respond is kind of, you don't really know until you've got an audience
Yep.
what kind of a show or what a concert's going to be, I think.
Yeah, and this is so muted that like at a rock and roll gig, when people scream and yell that they like it.
Yes. This is going to be
Essentially.
different. You won't know.
Yeah, we don't know how it's affecting. We only know kind of if people scream and yell, they probably don't like it. But I
Right.
don't think there's nothing challenging on the air. So I
Right.
don't think anyone's going to be offended. Vaguely, you can't get a read on a day
Yeah.
while it's happening. Whereas most of the things we can.
Yeah.
Like if you're like in your theatre, and Dave does a lot of theatre music, you can feel when the room is like on the edge of their seats, as they should be. But we don't want them on the edge of their seats.
No.
For us, maybe on the edge of their seats for whatever book they're reading.
Just to
sure,
reach
but-
the book up at the shelf.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I guess you can feel like, I don't know, often when I'm playing you can kind of sense, even if you're not looking at people, that there's a kind of a certain kind of attention or creating a certain kind of bubble of experience and attention. And I imagine what we're trying to do is definitely trying to create an atmosphere
Yeah.
and create a space for people to be in, and I think that when we actually do it, we'll know how how people seem to respond to being in that space. But at the
Right.
moment,
So is this a
it's not.
live performance, or are you playing what you've created already?
Yeah, it's live. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, that's a really weird thing about it. We're so used to whether it's like much more subtle than just screaming and yelling. Feeling that we got them.
Yeah.
They're with us now, the audience.
Right.
And like if we do that in the library, I think we've messed it up.
You want to be
Like we should
ignored.
not
No,
completely ignored, but we don't want to
split the difference.
we don't want to become the focus.
Right.
And it's really hard to not want to become the focus because clearly we always want to be up until the 8th of November,
Yes.
playing music, we've always wanted to be the focus.
Then it's all.
We as a group, not individually, but like whatever performance you're doing, you want it
Sure.
to be.
Sure. Yep.
People are paying attention and getting a lot out of it.
Right.
And in this one, we want them to get something out of it without paying attention.
And will there be lighting changes and things like that to?
No, definitely no. We can easily not have that. Like that, you don't want to be looking.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. You want to look at you want to read your book. Bring your book, Marty.
I have a library card, so that's a plus, right?
Oh, you can get a book when you get there.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Yeah, find a book. Yeah, I wonder if people come out like. Wonder what I'd do. I feel like I might like go and find a poetry book or something, rather than read a novel. Which would be leaning into the fact that the music's on.
Right.
What would you do? What would you want to read during our thing? Our piece.
Good question. I guess I'd find it. Yeah, I'd probably find it quite hard not to, because I'm drawn to music.
Yeah.
I'd find it hard not to
Uh-oh.
be there,
I
trying to
know.
suss out what people are doing. So like,
The subtle balance.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So it's a thing of like we're not creating something to be background music in the usual sense of it that you can ignore it.
Right.
Yet we're not wanting to pull people out of their experience, and demand that they focus on the musicians. I guess we're really trying to be quite sort of humble in the sense that we're trying to just create atmosphere for other.
So did you do any research? Did you get out your old Eno records and listen to music for airports so you can make music for libraries?
We're both. It's music. I know he calls it music for airports, but I
He has a whole series of them, I think. So
yeah, there's a lot of them. That's because to me anyway. I love Eno, but there's a little sort of, in some respects, anti-Eno, even though it's taking a lot of Brian Eno's kind of ways of thinking. That we want it to be musical pieces.
right.
There is no doubt they're not sound sculptures or ambience.
Right.
They're pieces of music that are
Okay.
composed and have meter and harmony,
Oh, okay.
but manage to do all that other stuff
Hmm.
that would be into. I mean, I reckon Brian would be with us on
Oh, Brian would be all over it.
He'd be down.
It's the quite narrow kind of goal of this is definitely Brian Eno inspired.
Okay. And what time of day is this taking place on the 8th?
It is 11 till 1 in the middle of the day there.
Interesting.
That's, well,
I don't imagine you do too many gigs that time.
no.
Mm.
But also the way it's done, there's an arts funding, which is community. What did I say it was?
The Albert Eden Local Board Neighborhood Arts Program.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
And they funded it, but the people at the library are just like, are told, oh, there's this thing that's funded, and they go, oh, okay, cool. So they don't really know what it is. Also, like when it was funded, we didn't know what it was. We just knew what it was as a description.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of unknowns. They vaguely know what's showing up, but they don't know how it's going to affect anyone as much as we do.
Gotcha. And have they heard it yet, or do they had to approve it, or you just going
No,
to show
yeah,
up
that's
on
what I'm
the day?
saying. They're not. No, there's no. I talked to Joanne at the library, and we did joke about how she actually has no idea what we're doing.
All right.
It could go terribly wrong for them.
I told her that it wouldn't, and that she'd really like it, and she's like, "Okay, cool." Even though I actually never met her.
Trust me. What could go wrong?
Yeah,
And you're going to bring in a couple of stacks of Marshalls, and away you go.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Well, it sounds like it's going to be exciting, interesting. I mean, what else would you want to be doing in the library? But having you guys, are you going to be like set off in the corner somewhere, in the middle, or on display? As
I'm
it were?
not sure about the shape of it yet.
Yeah, we need to have some conversation about where we
Yep. Okay.
where we position ourselves.
It's very small, the new library.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, it's good that there's a library coming back, so that's always a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what other things are you guys up to? What are you doing after the library? You guys?
I am going to Australia with the Veils the following week.
Oh, cool.
Am I? No, I'm going to Australia with the Veils the week of that.
The actual
So
week.
I'll be back
You'll be back for that?
for the library opening.
All right.
What else is going on?
I'm going into some rehearsals for new Indian Ink Theatre Company
Okay.
show, Balloon Dog. So that we're going to be doing like a preview season at TAPAC. They usually sort of do like a small little season of the new work, and so that's going to be before the end of the year at TAPAC, and then
Right.
before New Zealand and sort of overseas and stuff next year. So yeah, that's exciting. We're going to have a 3 or 4 weeks of rehearsals for that, and so that's my main thing. This project and that for me is kind of the main thing before Christmas.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to check it out on November 8th. Is it a family-friendly affair? Kids welcome?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to be doing this concert, and then before the end of the year, there's going to be another date.
Oh, good.
That is yet to be determined.
It is yet to be determined.
Not through lack of trying, but the years of council kind of move pretty slow. So
No, they're opening a new library. We're probably relatively down the list of
yeah,
following the.
So is there going to be a recorded version of this ambient music so that they could play it in the library when you're not there?
Yeah, we haven't got that far.
Okay.
That
You want to jump the gun.
Yeah.
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah, it exists, and then we see it hasn't really existed apart from at home, which sort of doesn't count, I don't think.
No.
It is to be in the space, in a space where people are reading or doing whatever they're supposed to do during it, to know what it is even.
All right.
We might just go down there and everyone just claps and then sits and watches and loves it and stares at us the whole time, and then we go, that was not music to read by.
If you enjoyed this episode of the 13th Floor's Music Talk series, please be sure to subscribe to the website or to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram and wherever you find your podcasts. There's a whole lot more to discover.